What's going on, everybody? We bring you our daily dose of Stephanie White. Once again, here at Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, Indiana Fever Unfiltered. Hit the intro. Welcome back again. You know what we do. You know how we do it. We bring you the daily dose of Stephanie White. By now, you probably have seen some other videos about a couple of players who are injured, but not really injured, but injured, and will now not play again tomorrow against Dallas. But we're going to listen to Stephanie White. Let's bring her on. Yep, you know how I do it. We got to get our daily dose. Here she is.
Yesterday, she's so kind to everybody on the team. People really like who she is, but she plays with such a toughness to her. People really respect it about her. What do you think of that dichotomy?
Well, I think we always talk about being a different kind of person on the floor, right? Like it takes a different mentality. I think she really exemplifies that. She is. It's like she's a beast on the floor. She's competitive, and off the floor, it's like she's kind. She's a mother hen. She's great to everybody. She's welcoming and inclusive, and she's just really the perfect example of what you mean.
Being a rebounder as good as she is at that size, what do you think makes her so good at that? If it's technique, if it's just willpower, how do you
I think she's got great instincts, number one. She's got a great feel for the ball. She has great body control. She understands how to use her body to put herself in position to get those rebounds. And she's got a toughness about her. I mean, so I think it's a combination of all three things.
Just from an injury report standpoint, do you expect Aliyah, Lexie, Ty to play tomorrow?
I don't know if we're going to play them tomorrow. I think we'll still probably be cautious with that. I think the goal is probably to get some of the minutes on Saturday if we can. But still, I mean, we've got another week again from that game until our home opener. So we'll take it slow. We'll see how it goes. Every day they've been adding things that they've been doing in the return to play, and so we'll just. There's no reason right now, I don't think, to rush it. So we'll make sure that they're fully ready to go.
Lie. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. Come on, man. Yo. Folks. They really think you're dumb. They really think we're dumb. They really think that we have no clue as to what's going on. So this team just gave an extension to Aliyah Boston, and she's injured. She's been injured since Unrivaled. They will not release the information as to what the actual injury is, but yet they'll say that if it had been a regular season game, she would have played. Lie. Lexie Hull has a tight hamstring. Again, can't play. And now Ty Harris, you signed a free agent for $400,000 who has a bad knee. She had a bad knee last year. Apparently, she still has a bad knee. I'm going to presume it's the exact same knee. So we have three players who got a combined $2+ million in contracts, which is almost close to a third of their cap, and none of them have seen the court, and none of them will see the court in the preseason. Yet they're supposed to somehow, some way, figure it out when the season starts and have some level of cohesiveness. Come on, man. Like, were we born yesterday? Were we born yesterday? This is a joke now. You might want to, you're going to see if you can possibly get them some minutes on Saturday against Nigeria, against a Little League team. I would think that you'd more so want to get them work against Dallas, but apparently they're still injured. So you keep lying about their injuries. Now, look, I get teams don't like to reveal situations with players. But we are in the preseason, and these players have not competed in the preseason in full camp workouts. We've added some stuff. You added what? So you got some videos of Lexie Hull shooting jump shots with a humongous leg sleeve that goes from her groin to her ankle. I will presume that that's the hamstring that's probably tight. Otherwise, I know she's worn tights before, but that is on the hamstring. I'm going to presume that's the hamstring that's tight. So she's shooting some jump shots. Big deal. It's not basketball. It's not basketball. So what the hell are we talking about here? Like, folks, this team is not healthy already. We're watching it all over again, and they're being dishonest about it again. Because the idea of being honest about it is against their mindset, their ideology. So I mark it down. You probably won't even see them in the home opener. You probably won't see them in the opener. Let's continue.
Going to the second preseason game, what things are you looking for just as far as continuity and building on what you've done over the last few weeks?
Looking for us to tighten up some things on the defensive end of the floor. Ball screen coverage, making sure that we're in the right position. Not allowing two-way goes and some actions that we want to make sure that they only have a one-way go. In initial positioning off the ball in particular, how we pick up the ball, not taking chances. So a lot of detailed stuff on the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, we're adding some things this week. So our ability to pick it up and to carry it over, and to continue to build on how we want to play in terms of pace, space, movement, and tempo. We've gotten better every day. They've done a really good job of coming in ready to work, and hopefully that'll show itself tomorrow.
Do you think there's an advantage or disadvantage to having 3 preseason games versus 2, or pros and cons of?
I always love playing games. I think the players do too. I mean, it gets a little monotonous sometimes in practice. Now we got a great group that's really making it difficult on one another.
It's too bad they can't practice. It's too bad 3 of your rotational players are not practicing. Yeah, it's great to have 3 games if they can actually, play them.
When we're able to go and practice, which I love because it makes it easier when it comes game time when you're playing a different opponent. But at the same time, making sure that we can get on the floor against an opponent, I think, is important.
How much live action are you able to get during these practices?
Yeah, we're able to get quite a bit of live action, and it's competitive, and it's the quality of depth we have makes it challenging for one another. Taking things away, not allowing it to be easy. Of course, we have our guys who make it challenging as well, so that when we're ready to scale back in terms of volume, we can utilize them a little bit more. But I love it when our group's going against each other. I think they really do a great job of pushing and challenging one another.
You mentioned the defense from that last game. Oftentimes, it felt like they were getting past that first defender, and was it like breakdown in communication, or the help side wasn't coming over? What were you seeing on?
Yeah, I think initial breakdown, initial positioning, number one. Our closeouts have not been very good. Our closeouts have to be better. We talk about having to guard our yard.
Yeah, because you guys can't defend. Your closeouts have to be better because your guards can't defend. You got substandard, low-level defensive players. They're not good at defense. I mean, we all know this. This is why you have to run. This is why you have to push tempo. This is why you have to push tempo on makes and run on misses. It's a given. You have to keep going. You keep going. So let's stop the noise about the defense. Stop worrying about the closeouts. The reality is you got one legitimate defensive guard. That's Raven Johnson. You have a couple of small forwards who can defend in Lexie and Sophie, except for Lexie's not playing. And I don't really know much about Billings or Hines Allen's defense. And then again, Aliyah Boston's not playing. So you're basically talking about your guard play. Your guard play can't guard. Like, they're not on-ball defenders. They're not going to ever be that. So push, flip, and tempo.
Like, we have to guard 1 yard to the right and 1 yard to the left on our own. We can't allow blow-bys. And some of that is technique. Some of that is discipline. We've got to be able to take care of that. And then we build in rotation from there. We want to allow one-way goes, and our help side's built in for the way that we want them to go. And if we allow them to go the other way, we're in trouble. So I just continuing to build discipline, habits, and continuity, I think, is really important. There are players who are used to getting away with some things that when you get to the next level, you can't. And then there's getting back into what it means to be playing games.
Oh, that was a comment about Raven Johnson, more than likely. That was about the rookies. Yeah, that's a comment about rookies. You can't do certain things that you did in college and at the next level. That's obviously a fact. But I would love for her to have elaborated on that, and I guarantee no one's going to ask the question. So let's listen to that again.
Things that when you get to the next level, and continuity, I think, is really important. There are players who are used to getting away with some things that when you get to the next level, you can't. And then there's getting back into what it means to be playing games as opposed to training, like some others have done in the off season. So it's just details. And
So yeah, that's a Raven Johnson comment, probably because she's the only rookie that's going to make the team, and only the one that's going to have real minutes. So it's probably about you can't overextend on defense. You can't always try to hit the lane, a passing lane, because that's what college players are able to do. They're just that much better than the other players that they're playing in certain situations. So you're able to be more risky, and I think that's really what she's saying there. But of course, she's not going to elaborate on that.
The outcomes of these games don't matter, but as competitors, how much extra motivation is it to kind of come out on top even though it is preseason?
I mean, every time you want to put yourself in a position to win. I mean, that's the nature of what you want to do. But at the same time, it's also about playing different combinations. Seeing who we like playing together. Getting players reps on the floor, getting players experience, being able to see players. I mean, obviously we have to have a roster cut down. It's one of the hardest things that we have to do. And so making sure that we can fully evaluate players is really important. We're not going to go overboard in order to win. But at the same time, from a competitive spirit standpoint, like we want every possession that we're out there to be elite and to be up to the standard that we want it to be. So that's the mindset.
And obviously, too, you got Dallas coming in here with a lot of busy schedules. You're back on your home floor. How excited are you expecting this atmosphere to be tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I mean, you've got two of the best young players in the world that are playing. They've kind of highlighted in terms of the coverage, right? But you've got back-to-back number one picks with Dallas, and they have a lot to be excited about. Their free agency had a great free agency. They're going to have a different team. Jose is an outstanding coach. We've got to be prepared for a lot of different things, and just like us, it's like they don't have a lot of it in right now. They don't have everybody playing right now, but it really gives us an opportunity, I think, to guard differently than we had to in our last matchup. As will Nigeria on Saturday give us an opportunity to have to guard different. So, I expect it to be fun. It still is preseason, so it is what it is from that standpoint. But I think it should be a good atmosphere.
Wow, it's going to be so different to guard Nigeria. Who cares? Who cares? Folks, we are 5:53 in, and I'm falling asleep watching this. Like, this is atrocious.
That's kind of an off-the-ball question, but in this era of like betting, social media, stuff like that, have you found yourself having to coach the mental health side of the game more than in the past? And how do you approach that conversation with your players when they're more popular than ever, but also it comes with a lot of stuff that probably nobody wants to sign up for?
Yeah, I mean,
if y'all didn't hear that question, that man literally just said, are you coaching the mental health side of basketball due to social media? This is what a reporter just asked. Are you coaching the mental health side of basketball? Oh my God.
Look, it's the nature of the beast. It's how far we've come. We're gonna, as players and as coaches, deal with things that we haven't had to before. And so, yes, I mean, we have a sports performance coach, and Dr. Jamie Rubin. She works with us. She works with the Pacers. She does a great job of being a resource and being available. We implement certain things that we do pre-practice just to help us, be present, help us mentally make sure that we can find ways to minimize.
So they have therapy sessions before practice, it seems like. They have group therapy.
Minimize distraction as much as possible, and we talk about it. I mean, I think that's the other thing is you got to talk about it. There's a lot of things going on with sports betting. There's a lot of unkind people on social media. I mean, there's a lot of things that they.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of unkind people in social media. I'm one of them. I am not kind. I have to admit, my lack of kindness must be really, really bothering Stephanie White. Yo, Steph, I might be unkind, but I'm completely real. And that's the thing. You guys don't want to have the real. You want to have the glaze. You want to have the hug. You want to have the kiss. We want to see action. We want to hear truth. And that's the problem. We don't like truth. I'm sorry, you don't like truth. We want truth. We want you to come up here and say, look, Aliyah Boston has a bum ankle and we don't know when she'll be back. I think the fan base would appreciate that a whole lot more than this circle jerk you give us every damn press conference. Aliyah Boston's getting interviewed and she says, if it was a game, I'd be playing. No, you wouldn't. That's a lie. You wouldn't be playing. How many preseason? So you miss all 3 preseason games or play 10 minutes on Saturday and then tell us, oh, you're good to go for the season opener and then possibly hurt yourself again in the season opener? No, I'd rather you be completely transparent about what's happening because that's what you should be, because that has an impact on people who buy tickets, buy hotels, all that stuff. And we're doing this lie all over again that will try to keep people interested in going to games. And I know Caitlin Clark is available right now, although we don't know about her back, of which no one's asking the question about that back brace. I mean, how that's not a question, I have no idea. We all saw the brace. We all saw it, and there's no question about it. And I mean, again, a 7-minute, 40-second video, and I'm almost at 7 minutes, and they have not asked one singular question about Caitlin Clark.
You have to deal with that comes with the territory. So we want to just prepare and give as many resources as we can to our players.
One more question.
Hey, Coach, I know Eli already alluded to it. It's still preseason, but you get to have the chance to be in front of your fans. It's only a preseason game. Not everyone's going to be playing, but how much are you looking forward to having a game in front of your home fans on your home?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I mean, our fans are incredible. We expect it to be a packed house. We expect it to be a great environment. And it's been a long time since last fall, the last time that we were able to play a game, in our home arena. So really looking forward to playing at home and getting an opportunity. And we have a lot of early home games too. So, it should be good for us.
I was talking to Maisha yesterday. She has this.
All right, so that first question was about Maisha Hines-Allen. The first 2 questions, just so you know, that was about Maisha Hines-Allen, whatever. Again, there wasn't one singular question about Caitlin Clark. There wasn't a question about that back brace that we still haven't heard anything about yet. And we're sitting here now, Wednesday. They played on Saturday, and I don't think I've heard one question about that back brace. No one has asked anything about it. So I think that's another failure of the local media in doing their actual jobs. But again, we only ask for honesty, man. We only ask for you to be real about what's happening with this team. If someone's injured, someone's injured. It is what it is. It's not a matter of, this nonstop fugazi response of, if it was regular season. No, if it was regular season tomorrow, she would not be playing, and neither would Lexie Hull. And that's okay. And that's actually okay, because it actually would tell me that you're protecting your regular season and you're protecting your player from further injury who otherwise will come back later but be healthy, rather than rush back to action, sooner than they should be. And then it also exposes the incompetence that you guys signed a player who has a bad knee in Ty Harris, who had a bad knee last year and still has a bad knee. None of that's changed. None of it's changed. Guys, I keep telling you this over and over and over again. It doesn't change with these stories. They're lying to you. They were going to continue to lie to you. And until you say something publicly, until you say it with your wallet and not go to games and stay home, well, guess what? They're going to keep doing it because they don't care. This is the same crap the Miami Heat's pulled for so many years. We're going to trade for a big name guy. We're going to trade for a big name guy. We're going to trade for a big name guy. And we're going to sign a big name guy for agency. We're going to sign. And then we don't. And then every year it's the same old story. It's the same old story every single year. We don't get that guy. And then what happens? What happens is we have the same dog shit team that's a freaking mid-level team, a play-in level team, and you keep people on the hook with tickets. And people have bought their season tickets. Well, I canceled mine because I had enough of the Miami Heat. And at some point, people in Indiana are going to have enough of this crap. Obviously, Caitlin Clark is playing, so that's important. That's the most important thing. But if Aliyah Boston can't go, she is your only legit big. She's your only legit big. If Lexie Hull can't go, she's probably your second best perimeter defender. She's your best defender on the wing. So if they can't go, that's a problem. Ty Harris, I don't know if that makes a big difference because, again, she's a role player. She's a real role player, like not a point guard. She's a backup 2. And realistically, you can always slide Caitlin over to the 2. And if you want to bring in Raven and put Raven at the point, and have Kelsey Mitchell's on the bench. But again, this is the same old story. You're going to go into the regular season. You're going to have 3 role players, 3 rotational players. That are not going to have any time with this team. You need time playing together to get used to each other. And I don't care if 2 have played already with this team. It is a different team. Look at this team is a different team. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. I appreciate it. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like the video and subscribe now. Subscribe to Indiana Fever Unfiltered as well. We're building that one up. We just broke 300 subscribers on that channel. So I appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. Hype the video. Comment on it. This is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Indiana Fever Unfiltered. Power by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.